¿Marihuana mutante? ¿Triploides? ¿Qué significa todo esto? ¿Es cierto que hay variedades de cannabis que pueden crecer más y mejor? ¿Hay como un Wolverine de la marihuana? Vamos a averiguar eso ahora. El año 2001, en los inicios de la historia del cannabis medicinal en California y todavía muy lejos de una regulación para uso adulto, nació Humboldt Seeds, un proyecto que pronto se transformaría en la leyenda del Triángulo Esmeralda al norte de California. Sus fundadores eran herederos de una cultura familiar de cannabis y también eran oriundos de la región que produce más cannabis en todo Estados Unidos. En la actualidad, cientos de miles de cultivadores alrededor del mundo han sembrado las semillas de Humboldt Seeds y hoy tenemos la suerte de visitar el stand de Humboldt Seeds en la Expo Mary Jane Berlín en Alemania. Y ahora que ya sabemos cuál es la historia de esta marihuana mutante, vamos a entrevistar a su creador.
A triploid is a cannabis plant or any plant that has 3 sets of chromosomes. You know, you're a diploid, I'm a diploid. We have 2 sets of chromosomes. Yeah, hopefully. You're here. Berlin 2024.
Berlin 2024, dude. Who would have thought? Queridísima comunidad de Volá, es el año 2024, estamos en la capital de Alemania, Berlín, un país que acaba de regular el cannabis a nivel federal y por lo tanto el uso adulto, el uso medicinal de cannabis es totalmente permitido. Y hoy en esta oportunidad tenemos el honor y el privilegio de conversar con Benjamin Lind, la persona a cargo de la innovación, el desarrollo y la ciencia en Humboldt Seeds. Humboldt Seeds del condado de Humboldt son una de los bancos de semillas más reconocidos e icónicos del mundo canábico y tenemos la oportunidad de conversar con Ben hoy. Benjamin, thank you so much for your time, man.
Respect.
It's an honor, man.
It's an honor to be on Volá. So my name is Benjamin Lind. I'm the Chief Science Officer for Humboldt Seed Company. I co-founded the company with my partner Nat Pennington. The company was founded in 2001 in Humboldt County. We started really small and we started just supplying seeds to...
How was that? How was the beginning?
It was, I mean, there was helicopters in the air, the police were everywhere. It was much different. And we only sold, seeds to our friends and our family. I'm a 3rd generation cannabis grower, and aunts and uncles grew and bred cannabis back in the day.
Do you still preserve any of your aunt's varieties or genetics?
I do. I actually have a variety from my uncle.
What's the name of it?
It's called dickweed. My father's name's Richard, or my uncle's name's Richard. So my uncle's dickweed is he bred the smell out of cannabis. So he was growing, skunks and different old varieties back in the 70s and 80s, and he kept getting busted or kept getting robbed because of the smell. So over time he started selecting for plants that had less and less smell. So he bred the smell out of it. To this day, he still has that same clone alive from 1982. Still smells, but it smells like a lavender rose. So doesn't smell like cannabis at all. It smells like...
It's not skunky.
No skunk at all. You couldn't even tell it was cannabis, like if you go up and smell it. But if you test it, it tests it like 27% THC. So it's very strong.
Okay.
But it's a very strong sativa. So it takes 12 weeks to flower. Very old school weed.
Right on. Hey, now switching a little bit more on the work you've done for the community as Humboldt. I mean, the genetic part, we're gonna get into that later, but you've sent a big message regarding sustainability. What does that word mean in your work?
From like where we live at in Northern California, it's a very the land is very special. The forests are sacred. Where we live is, they're beautiful places, and being able to protect them and live simply and not just take. It's about sustainability. It's about how do we use less and get more for less. Use less water, use less lights, just create, this plant's a beautiful plant and it can be set free in the world and not take a ton of infrastructure or have a huge carbon footprint. It can just be.
Well, now switching a little bit to politics, you come from one of the zones, which is California, right, that has been hit by a regulation that has not been quite satisfactory for many of the growers, let's say, right? What is happening in California? What would you advise the rest of the world to not to do or do regarding regulation?
That's a great question, and
yeah, it's the topic, right?
Yeah, and it's a great question because it's dynamic, and the new paradigm in California, it's very difficult for the legacy growers to actually grow a product and bring it to market and sell it at a dispensary and make a profit. There is no profit. The taxes, the middlemen, the packaging, the testing, which are all, packaging and testing are necessary things, but the amount of taxation that it's under and the amount of like people that it goes through and everybody gets their cut of it, by the time it gets to the hands of the person buying it, there's nothing left for the farmer.
Well, let's move a little bit to genetics. You guys brought some of the most iconic strains or varieties to the market.
Respect.
Dude, yeah, like we've grown them, right? Like we've been growing them for years, right? Like so, but you have some really like new cool stuff. What is it new for Humboldt now?
This year we launched the Triploids. Those were huge.
We're gonna
get there.
Spoiler alert.
But the Lee Scratch Perry was a collaboration we did with the Lee Scratch Perry Foundation, which is it's an amazingly strong sativa that smells like a rotten banana ice cream. It's amazing. It has purple flaking throughout. Flowers in 9 weeks, super strong high. It's one of my favorites. You can smoke it all day.
All right.
The blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin. Why is that?
Because I mean, the blueberry muffin is something that we've worked on for as long as I can remember, and it's just distinctly a blueberry muffin. Like when you grow it, your neighbors are gonna think you took up baking. Is how much it doesn't smell like weed. It smells like fake. It smells like almost like it smells like blueberry that's been baked in an oven with dough. So it smells just like blueberry muffin, yeah.
Alvarito me pidió específicamente que le hiciera esta pregunta a Benjamin Litt, el Chief Science Officer de Humboldt Seeds. Dude, what are triploids?
Triploids, so
Triploids.
yeah, triploids.
Okay. Alvarito miscorrect me. I said triploids and he said triploids.
A triploid is a cannabis plant or any plant that has 3 sets of chromosomes. You know, you're a diploid, I'm a diploid. We have 2 sets of chromosomes. Yeah, hopefully, you're here. It's a genetic mutation that occurs naturally. What we've found is about 1 in 300 to 1 in 1,000 plants will be a naturally occurring triploid.
And you grab that one.
So yeah, so there's 2 ways of doing it. You can either phenohunt and find that one naturally occurring one. You can also induce them. You can take a diploid plant, and what happens before the cell divides is the 2 chromosome pairs, they copy themselves. If you interrupt that process, the plant will stay with 4 chromosome pairs in one cell, and then it'll start replicating with 4s. And so you have a tetraploid. So when you take that tetraploid and cross it with a diploid,
you get a triploid.
You split the difference and get a triploid. And a triploid, theoretically, like a mule, it's bigger, it's stronger, it's faster, it's kind of the best of both worlds.
I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better, I am better!
So next year, I mean, we're doing another big pheno hunt this summer. We're gonna be looking through 10,000 plants in California on licensed farms all over the state. We'll be looking at a bunch of new different varieties of triploids. We have some new releases that are coming out, and yeah, we're doing a bunch of traveling, and we're just trying to document kind of what's happening right now around the world as legalization sweeps the world, because you see all these, heritage legacy farms that things are changing, and this is a pivotal moment in time, and it's really important to give those people a voice and to make sure that they're included in the future of legalization. So like what happened here in Germany, that's what the future really needs to pay attention to, and that's what the rest of the world, when legalization's happening, should really look at, because that's the model that keeps the plant in the hands of the people, and ultimately that's where it needs to be, because plants over profit.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words, Ben. It's been an honor to meet you, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time to interview me.
Dude, no, come on. Querida comunidad, un maestro, una persona que está a la vanguardia de la investigación, del desarrollo, desde el norte de California, entregando información desde el año 2001 y desarrollando genéticas para nuestra comunidad. ¿Han cultivado ustedes alguna vez Humboldt Seeds? Los leo en los comentarios. ¡Nos vemos!